Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's go to HomeGoods to explore what is new and my favorites for the month of September. I started with this coffee table that I encountered right at the entry of the store. It is wooden and I love that modern silhouette. I also found this beautiful piece of vintage wall art. This was on the smaller side and it does have that coastal artwork. Next, I found these two nightstands. They retail separately. They have that dark wood, one shelf, two drawers, and of course fluted drawers, which I thought were so pretty. This linen sectional was also such a nice find on this shopping trip. I love the material. Unfortunately, it didn't have a price tag. The color was also gorgeous in that very light beige grayish tone. Then this woven bench, which is gonna be perfect to either use as an improvised coffee table or you can use it in any corner of your house. I also found this mini olive tree, which I love the natural colors of the leaves. It is not very tall though, so you can definitely style it on top of a counter or a table if you have tall ceilings. Then I found a couple of decorative books. We're going to talk a little bit more about these in just a second. This one was such a nice one to have a little bit of a contrast in colors among your books, and for only $20 I think these are such a nice deal compared to other stores like Amazon. This one right here can also provide a lot of contrast because of the color of the spine of the book. I don't know about your local HomeGoods, but during this time of the year, I tend to find less curated non-seasonal items due to the store being filled with seasonal decor, which I'm not complaining, but I did find a couple of pieces right here that I've never seen before, like that decorative bowl or this woven tray, which this one comes in a couple of sizes. I also found this decorative piece right here that can be a very nice addition to any shelf decor, especially to give balance and to give a mix and match of those different elements like the wood and the metal. This vase was also a really nice one that I was able to see on this day. It has almost like an abstract silhouette, same as the case with this one, but this one did not have a price tag, unfortunately. Really liked this wooden tray with those two handles on the side. This is a new to me find and I think the design is timeless and super elegant. I was also really surprised to find in the office section these sets of keyboards and mouses. This one has actually a holder for your iPad or tablet, and this one has the set with the mouse, which honestly these are super affordable and super aesthetic compared to other options on Amazon. The piece that I regret not buying is the set of two boards. One is a magnetic dry eraser board and the other one is a linen board, perfect for an office space. How useful and beautiful is that? Great find in the office section was this mail organizer in that woven material for just under $15. I thought that was very beautiful and they have so many other options. Same as the case with this chocolate brown USB rechargeable lamp, which these are so popular at HomeGoods right now. I really love that color. And if you want to create an eclectic wall gallery but you don't know where to start, I think this is a great option for you. The only complaint is that all of these are smaller pieces, but you can add up larger pieces to your liking. Marble mortars are something that you can always find at stores like HomeGoods and TJ Maxx, but by looking at this one, it occurred to me that you can give it a different use by using it as a match holder for your candles. Also, in the kitchen section, this ceramic teapot was so beautiful. I love the classic design and the brown pattern. Now let's talk about seasonal decor for fall, of course. This decorative turkey I thought was beautiful. I love the unfinished color of the wood, and it seems like it was hand carved. This is another great option to decorate maybe a fireplace mantle if you want a little bit more of a playful look. Then I found this pumpkin right here, which if it's still pretty warm where you live like it is down here in South Florida, this could be a really nice transitional piece. The pumpkin itself is made out of fabric crocheted, and then the stem is wood. Then I found a couple of options for ceramic pumpkins, like you can see right here. They have that Santa Fe style. I thought it was beautiful. It's not necessarily something I used to decorate with, but if that particular style of decor resonates with you, these could be amazing affordable pieces for a curated and elevated look. Now let's talk about the woven pumpkins, which seem to be a staple at HomeGoods for the fall season. I found this option right here, which is a smaller size pumpkin. I love the grooves for the silhouettes. These faux mums are everything, and they are on my wish list for the fall season. One year I'll buy them. They're just a little bit more expensive than what I'd like to pay for them. This woven pumpkin is on the larger side, and the wicker material has those thicker threads for a more rustic look. I also really like this glass pumpkin with those painted flowers in those gradients of beiges and browns. These other two pumpkins are also a great find. They're made out of resin. They do have that slightly distressed effect, and then the stems and the leaves are in that metal material. The natural but neutral colors of these pieces are beautiful. And then this one right here, I really liked it. Actually reminded me a little bit of that very popular Crate and Barrel paper mache pumpkin that is so trendy this year. And I'm not one to decorate for Halloween, but if I was, this piece would be in my stash. I thought it was actually kind of adorable. And we're back in my house, so I'm going to share a few things that I have been collecting from HomeGoods during this fall season. I do have to be honest, not all of them came from the same day. I do visit my HomeGoods quite often to see what is new. These are things that I have been collecting in the span of a month and a half, and I know I've been MIA from my YouTube channel for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that's been given to the fact that I've been needing some rest. Also because I've had my dad in town, which I barely get to see, and I'm so thankful for this quality time with him, as well as my cousin getting married up in Chicago. I'm so happy that I was able to attend that in order to soak in the best quality time with my family. I just simply needed to take a break, but I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to share these finds with you. Okay, the first item that I'm gonna share is actually a set of 2 wooden pumpkins, and these are carved, I think hand carved. They are absolutely beautiful, and I really love the tone of the wood. The tone of the wood is probably what sold me on these. So as you can see here, I have a medium size and a small size, which is what I was able to find at my local HomeGoods when I purchased these. And they do have, of course, the traditional shape of a pumpkin. The stem of the pumpkin is really rustic, and then it has these little plants carved all around the pumpkins for a very charming look. So these are very nice pieces to perhaps decorate a shelf. I actually bought them with the idea of decorating my office shelf. My walls are white and the shelves are also white, so these will give a nice contrast. And because we're in my office right now, you can compare the color of these wooden pumpkins with my credenza behind me, and I think they're gonna match pretty well. They were also fairly affordable for the weight that these have. These are not light pieces, which I like, because the heavier, to me, the better quality. And the bigger one was $14.99 and the small one was $9.99. So pretty happy about these, and I probably will use them to style my shelf really soon. The next item that I'm going to share is going to be this decorative bowl right here. This is such a beauty. As soon as I saw it, I thought of more expensive stores like Olive Atelier or Cottage and Key or even Amber Interiors, because this bowl has the most beautiful effect for that aged or antiqued wood. It has a really gorgeous dark color, and you can see the strokes in the wood, like it's been very aged. I love also the oval shape that it has, as well as the square handles right here. I think they add such a nice touch, because whenever you fill this up with maybe fruit in your kitchen or you put bowl fillers in it, you can still have a sneak peek of the wood underneath that is not visible anymore because of the decor or the items that you may have inside of it. And I think that is wonderful. I spoke on the fact that this is very comparable to Olive Atelier, but this one was only $19.99 at HomeGoods, which was a really hard one to pass for me. This was made in India, that, and I think the quality is amazing. It also has a very nice large size, as you can see, compared with the size of my hand. I think this will be ideal to use in your kitchen with fruit, or maybe to use during this Christmas season with some greenery stems and antique bells and maybe some pine cones. I don't know, I am so excited to start decorating for Christmas, and I think this is going to be a key non-seasonal element that will complement and highlight my Christmas decor very well. So pretty happy about this one. One thing that I have not been passing on at HomeGoods have been the coffee table books or decorative books. I've been collecting them for the last 6 months or so, and I've been able to find very nice deals. I think having decorative books in your decor stash serves for so much, because sometimes you don't have to have the more spectacular table decor, but you can elevate it so much if you have a couple of decorative books underneath that element. And so those have been a major focus for me at HomeGoods lately, and during the last couple of trips I was able to source this book right here. I actually have a couple. This one, which is the Kinfolk Home. This actually has a paper cover that you can either use it and keep it on the book, or you can remove it and decorate with the bare book like so. As you can see, the spine is still beautiful, and the cover of the book has the Kinfolk Home engraved in the front, which is really nice. This one right here retailed for $24.99. That's what I paid for at HomeGoods, and this is book number 1. Then book number 2 is going to be this one right here, and I do have to confess that the number one thing that caught my eye with this book was the cover. I think it's a beautiful cover. I also think the spine is gorgeous, but the book is about the modern apothecary, which I know there's so much valuable information in there. I'll have to sit down and read it and see what I can learn from it. But this book is a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner than the previous one that I shared, and it's going to be $19.99. I do plan to use this either in my kitchen. It'll be very appropriate because of the subject, or perhaps to decorate my office shelf. It is really nice to put these kinds of books layered with bigger ones like so, to create dimension and also to give heights to the elements that you're using for decor. Like I mentioned before, sometimes it's not about the item per se, but how are you styling it and how are you balancing out the heights in the surface that you're decorating. So far these two have been my latest 2 additions to my decorative book or coffee table book collection. For the next ones, I do expect to incorporate some more pops of color, maybe some navy blue or even some chocolate brown. Those will be very beautiful, so let's see what I can find around. Of course, I'll be sure to share with you. Alright my friends, that's going to be everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you found any interesting items or anything that you liked in today's shopping video. As usual, I'm reading you all in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here and for your support, and I really hope I can see you in my next one. Bye.